Hey guys, I want to show you this deck today. This deck is called Worthy Cause. Worthy Cause, I kind of named it Worthy Cause because it's kind of like one of those things that they'll say at fundraisers. Hey, you know what? We want to just donate some money to this worthy cause, right? And that's the kind of feeling that I get when I play this game with this deck here, because you'll see just a ton of cash just flowing in to the hand, getting your hand full with stuff. When I'm talking about cash, what I'm talking about is Gold Gnawbone giving us these gold tokens, right? You get these gold tokens, they're just going to be flying on the board and then flying off the board really, really quickly, and it's going to fill our hand with tons and tons of mana. Free mana, right? Kind of like a fundraiser, right? Free cash coming in. Alright, so I'll tell you about this card here, Old Gnawbone. It says, when a creature you control deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalker, create X gold tokens. X is equal to that creature's power. So whenever a creature does damage, right, you'll be able to put 1 gold token for each point of damage that you'll create. Each of these gold tokens, I'm sure you guys probably know this, but when you destroy these gold tokens, you get 3 mana, right? So that kind of helps you to put down a lot of gold tokens, and if you can smash them, cash them out like that, that's going to help you to put a lot of that in your hand. Now, how do we do that? Well, good question. Here's Uvilda, Dean of Protection, or Perfection. This is a good one, right? Because if you combine this with Old Gnawbone, you'll see how it works. You'll see how it is able to just completely crush all of those gold tokens. And of course, what I'm talking about here is this second ability here. It says, if you play this card and it's not invoked, at the beginning of your turn, each token support you control loses 1 shield. And of course, that goes with these gold tokens, right? You'll lose 1 shield for each gold token that you got. And guess what? They only got 1 shield. So that's nice. What you'll see is every turn, hopefully we'll be able to do some damage with your creatures. You'll put down some gold tokens. And then when your turn starts again, the next turn, right, Uvilda will destroy those tokens that we just put out the turn previous. And what that's going to do is going to flood your hand tons and tons of mana. Alright, so keep that in mind. Tons and tons of mana in your hand. One thing we like to do is try to figure out how are we going to use that mana. Besides playing the cards that are filled with mana, how can we use that to the greatest advantage, right? That's a lot of what this game is about. You got cards that have specific advantages. How can you use those advantages to best suit what you're trying to do? Alright, and the way we're going to answer that question is we're going to use Minx, the beloved ranger. Minx, of course, you probably know he will create a boo token when he comes into play. This is a token hamster here. Legendary, Trample, Haste, Double Strike. That's good. It says when this creature deals combat damage to your opponent, you can gain 3 mana. So that's cool, but here's the important part. This part here. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may drain all mana from your hand. If you do, target creature you control gets XX and gains the giant subtype till end of turn, right? X is the amount of mana drained this way. So basically what we want to do is fill the hand with mana, right? We'll be able to do that with the 2 that I just showed you, the Uvilda plus Old Gnawbone. Great combo. Once we use those to fill up the hand, we're going to be able to use this here, the Minx Beloved Ranger, to drain the hand. And we want to drain the hand, right? Because we're going to be able to do tons of damage. Turn that into a great big buff. Right, so let's see what the gameplay looks like. We hope to show you all of these things that we just talked about. Okay, here we go. I like to use Kiora for this. Of course, you can use any other white, or actually any other blue and green planeswalker, right? You can see what her abilities are. It's one of those basic planeswalkers that's just really, really good to use. 3 and then 3 for the extra bonuses. Like I said, you can change it up, do what you want to do with it, and then, play it out the way you want it to. Okay, so we'll start off, as you saw there, Turntimber Symbiote. It's a good card. I believe that's what the name of that card was. Oh, Turn Timber Symbiosis. This is a good card because it basically says, hey, pick one of the creatures in your deck, right, of the first 4 different ones that you got, and move that card into play under your control. If that creature is less than 11 for their power, then, if it's less than 11 for their base cost, then that creature gets +6/+6. So that's a really good one. You can also use the landforming ability here. It's not super important, but yeah, we can keep that in mind. What I'm going to do now is turn off these Great Aura ones, because these Great Aura, they are pretty dangerous. It says destroy every creature and every support on the battlefield. I like this card because, hey, if you got a battlefield that has some enemy creatures on it, and you need to get rid of them fast, you can hit that card, will totally destroy everything. But also, it will destroy those gold tokens, right? And if we can destroy those gold tokens, it's going to fill our hand and give us a big advantage. So just one of those things. I normally don't use that card, but in this case I do, just because it gives us a nice big advantage with the gold that we have. Alright. As we're looking and playing this, I think we're doing okay. Turn Timber Symbiosis is going to go out soon. What we want to do is create a horizontal match to finish paying off this card. You can see here, this card has an additional effect if you cast it after making that horizontal match, right? We want to do that. We'll use Jace the Mind Sculptor hopefully soon. This card is a nice defensive card. I'll show it to you why exactly we use it for defense. It's also really good offensively, and it helps you grab stuff that you need. But you'll hopefully see that. Okay, do we want to play a card? Yes, we'll grab this guy. Old Gnawbone is usually one of those that you want to pull first, as far as like which creature did you want first. Most likely because he's able to put those gold tokens down. Once you got those gold tokens on the board, you're definitely going to be able to pay off a lot of stuff in your hand. Alright, so here's a really nice thing. We have Gnawbone. He is down. Okay, you know what, I'll get rid of this, because I got 2. Don't exactly need it. And we got Uvilda. Uvilda's nice, right? Because that's the combo that we're trying to go for. Old Gnawbone and Uvilda. And I'm looking around. We go with this. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's a good one. It's going to help us to return enemy creatures to the opponent's hand. That's a nice defensive thing that we're able to do. We got to pump him up, of course, but hey, once we get that going, we'll be okay. So you've seen there, we did 9 damage with our old Gnawbone dragon, and he was able to put down 9 of those gold gems, or those gold tokens. You kind of can see also why we like to put those things down, right? They do help us out. Okay, pick 2 of the first 4 cards that you have from target player's library. Fetch those, destroy the others. Okay, going with Minx. So we already have an Unnatural Growth, but heck, we'll pull it. Unnatural Growth is coming out. This card, don't need it. Minx will go up. Okay, looking good. Let's go like this. Okay, so what you'll see here now is we have that combo, right? And then we also have our Unnatural Growth, which does help. It pumps up our creatures, doubles their strength and their toughness. And now that we have Old Gnawbone attacking, he did double the damage that he was normally supposed to do, which basically means you're going to get double the amount of these gold tokens that you were originally supposed to get. Right, so you'll see them flying down here. When our turn is over, it'll be our opponent's turn, and then shortly after that, it'll be our turn again, and you'll see Uvilda's ability to just destroy all of those tokens and really fill your hand with tons and tons of mana. Okay, it's our turn. Here's Uvilda's move right there. He's destroying all of those tokens, and you can see we're flooding the hand with tons and tons of mana. Here's also where you can see the importance of Jace the Mind Sculptor. We're going to say yes. I would like to take a look at the hand and see what we can pull from it. The library, rather. And this is important, right? Because we want to make sure there's stuff in the hand. We'll go with Old Gnawbone again. That's enough for now. You know, you could have pulled 2 if you wanted to, but you know, at this point, we look like we're going to be able to win this thing handily. So, no need for that. Okay, as it is right now, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and go like this. There were some other moves out there, but you know what? We're going to win anyway. Okay, do we want to play Boo? Nah, at this point, we're okay. Do we want to drain the mana from the hand? Yeah, we'll just do that real quick so you can see at home what it looks like. We drain mana from the hand, and it's going to say, hey, okay, target creature you control gets XX. X, of course, is the amount that we drain from the hand. So which creature do you want to target? We'll go with Old Gnawbone there. And you can see why this is such a brutal deck. We were able to pump him up in a way that's just so much damage. The ability there from our creatures to do damage is doubled, right? So just completely destroyed. Anyway, guys, we hope you guys like this deck. Leave some comments, of course, for us, and like and subscribe because that does help. Okay, with that being said, good gaming.